that the Chanel 19 for Chanel is where fashion meets functionality. This bag is a fabulous, everyday, practical... Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm bringing you a tag video, and that tag video are my favourite, most usable, best mum bags in my collection. I was tagged by the very lovely Hannah from Hello Catwalk City, and this tag was created by Dial M Style, and both channels, both videos I will leave down below in the description box, and you should check them both out. Now on this tag I have taken this to mean practical, so what I'm going to show you for this tag are the 5 most not 10, 5 most practical bags in my collection. Now, I think it's fair to say that I don't always buy bags because they're practical or they're very, everyday usable. I buy tweeds, which are not very practical. I buy petite mals, which are not very practical. The mini capucines is not very practical. I have a lot of bags in my collection that I love but are not very practical. But the reality is that I am a mum of 2 young boys and 4 dogs, and there are certain bags that will get used in my collection a lot because they are practical. They may not be my absolute favourite bags. Some of the ones I've just mentioned are, but they're not overly practical, especially if you are in full-scale mum life and you're not getting a date night and you're in the middle of mum duties. A lot of those aren't that practical. So I'm going to share with you from my collection my 5 most practical bags and my 5 favourite mum life bags and what I use on a very, very regular basis. And the first one of these is going to be no surprise to anybody, and it is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I have talked about this bag on this channel till I am blue in the face. Oh, to match my cardigan. I love this bag. I find it so usable. I use it to work every day. It fits everything. So even if I have work stuff in it, I can still get nappies in it, wipes in it, spare vests in it, snacks in it, more snacks in it, some more snacks, juice, all of the things that my children need me to be able to carry whenever they're with me. My youngest is still in nappies, so that means you're always having to carry nappies and wipes and spares because, real life going on here. And they're both, you need to carry snacks, you need to carry juice, you need to carry plasters because they're boys. Plasters, by the way, band-aids. My friend Devin Christopher let me know that he didn't know what that word was. So band-aids. And all of that fits into the Neverfull without a difficulty. It's a fabulous bag. Only thing, whenever it's really, really full, the straps are quite thin and it can get quite heavy on your shoulder, but I still think it is a fabulous bag. Now, it is practical in the way that it carries so much. You can fit so much into it. I find for mum life, quite often, that may not always be the most practical type of bag that I need to bring with me. So it is whenever we're travelling, it is whenever I need to carry everything, but there's maybe other bags with me. But if you're running after them, or if you're in a park, or if you're shopping, or you're going somewhere that you have to be playing with them or whatever, a big bag like that on your shoulder might not be the most practical. So number 2 in my most practical bag and favourite mum bags is the Louis Vuitton Pochette accessoire. I think this bag is fab for mum life. I put something on my Instagram or YouTube before, and Ash from Ashay Lux, who has a channel and an Instagram, and I've watched his video on this. He talked about practicality as well. He commented on whatever it was, the picture, saying, I now know why you use this bag so much when I have a snapshot into your lifestyle. And my lifestyle is 4 dogs and 2 young boys, and quite often they are with us 99% of the time. So I need to be free to run after them. I need to be hands-free. I need to fit the essentials. But because of the age of my youngest, quite often we will still have a baby bag with all of those things with us. And this, I think, is probably, for that type of situation, the most practical bag in my collection. Probably the best mum bag in my collection for that type of situation when you don't have to carry a huge amount. I can fit a nappy and wipes and a spare vest in the back. I can fit with my phone. I can fit card holder, key and some plasters, band-aids, and I can't fit snacks, but I can fit those things in there. This bag is really, really light, which is important for me whenever I'm talking about a practical bag. It sits very flat to my body, so if you are in the park or running after young children, you'll know that that's a thing. If it's big, it's bulky, it's going to get caught. This fits really, really close to the body. It's really light. This strap is really, really light. To me, monogram is a bit like a neutral. I will wear a monogram with everything. I just think this bag, for the type of lifestyle that I have, for a mum lifestyle, for a busy lifestyle, is so practical. This bag probably gets worn more than if I was just getting to choose by what I like the look of the most, just because it's so usable. Number 3 in my most practical and best mum life bags is the Chanel 19. I have said so many times on this channel, and I borrowed this phrase from somebody else, but I can't remember who said it, but that the Chanel 19 for Chanel is where fashion meets functionality. This bag is a fabulous, everyday, practical mum life bag. It's a bit heavier than the multi-pochette that I've just showed you, so it is probably not as good a fit if it's a long day activity or there's lots of running through the park, because what I was saying about it being small and flat to your body and neat to your body and light, this doesn't fill that box just as well. But if you're going somewhere that is perhaps a day trip and you need to be able to carry a bit more in your actual bag, this for me works. I can get nappies in here, wipes in here, my card holder in here, my keys. I can get some snacks in here. I try not to put the juice bottles in here because even with an organizer, I really don't want it to spill, but I can get what I need in this, and I find this bag really practical. I generally will have my phone down in this big pocket at the back. I will be able to wear this crossbody. It's not too heavy. There's a lot of chains. It's not as light, obviously, as the multi-pochette, but it's not prohibitively heavy, and I think this for practical use, mum life use, is a fabulous bag. Number 4 on my most practical best mum life bags, and we're back to Louis Vuitton, and it is the Palm Springs Mini. This little thing for mum life, fabulous. For practicality, fabulous. Talking about practicality, you can wear this so many ways. Now, I have never worn this as a backpack, but if I had been out with my children and it was crossbody and sits out a little bit, because I always wear it crossbody on this diagonal type setting, if I had this on crossbody and I needed to get it even more out of the way, I could put the straps on and wear it as a backpack, and it would be even more out of the way and forgotten about on my back. Personally, it's a mini. On me as a backpack, it looks quite small. Not my best look, I don't think, so I do like to wear it crossbody, but it's very easy to wear crossbody. There is no vachetta on this at all because the leather is black treated leather. It is the monogram again, which, as I've said, I feel is a neutral. This one holds more than the multi-pochette. I have had juice bottles in here. Luckily they stayed closed. I have had my card holder, my keys, my phone, some snacks, nappy, wipes, a spare vest, and it has fit in here without too much difficulty. It's quite light because the bag is canvas. It doesn't weigh you down. It does sit, I suppose, slightly more out on the body and a little bit bulkier than the multi-pochette, but not so much as I found it a problem. You can put it on these two hooks and it will sit lower on the crossbody and straighter, so if it was heavier it would hang down more, and that would probably be an easier way to wear it that way. I think it does have this look. Now, I've never used it, but this is meant to be to put a scarf through. I've never needed to, but the children do take jumpers off and throw them at you quite a bit, so you could have tied it on there somehow if you've really needed to. It fits a decent amount. I remember wearing this whenever we had a staycation, whenever lockdown had us not going to sunnier climates, and we had a staycation, and I had this with me, and a mum was walking up the street and her child fell and her child cut their knee and they were crying, and because I had this with me, I actually had the toiletry 25 in it, and I had a supply of plasters or band-aids in the toiletry 25, and I was able to take it out and give her one. And anybody that knows young children, sometimes just having a plaster can help, even though it's not really doing much, they feel better. And it was just because I was able to put so much in here and it was so practical. I think this is a really good mum life practical bag. The last one, number 5 on my choice of my top 5 practical bags or mum life bags, and this is keeping in what Ash talked about on his version of this bag, and it is a Chanel Mini. Now, Ash picked the XS keep all, but for me, it's the same type of reasoning. This is small. You can wear it crossbody, you can forget it's there, it's not overly heavy. When I have the children, as I say with my youngest, we will have a baby bag, so I personally try not to carry that much. This will fit my card holder, my phone, my key if I need it, some lip gloss, some little bits and pieces. My key clay normally goes in as a mini catch-all, and I love to wear it. I feel good wearing it. I find it very practical. For me, I am not a lover of big bags. The Neverfull is the exception when you need everything in it, and it goes fabulous. But for everyday life, I quite like small bags. I find this really practical. Goes crossbody, it's not overly heavy. I have picked one from my collection that's caviar, so it's durable. I'm not worried about it in the rain. I'm not worried about it if it falls. I'm not worried about having to set it down. Some places I set it down would probably give some of you nightmares. And I find these bags really, really practical. I also find for mum life, because they go across me, I can fling it around the back or it can hang at the side and I'm hands-free. One of the big things for being practical for me, especially in mum life, is hands-free, because off they go and I have to catch them. So I find these bags fabulous. I probably could also have picked, or I could have also picked the mini reissue, which is this one. This has an added practicality in that it has 4 grommets. So on the mini reissue, this can, now I would have picked the leather version rather than this metallic version, but this can double up. So you can put this on your shoulder as well as wearing it long on your shoulder or crossbody. So that gives the mini reissue just an added use or an added way to use it. I think all of these, for me, just so practical. I get so much use out of them. I've used them a lot with my children. I think they're fabulous bags. So those are my top 5 practical bags in my collection, my best 5 mum life bags. I hope this has been insightful, giving you some insight into these bags if you're looking for something that's a little bit more practical, coming from my viewpoint and me explaining why I think they're practical. I do have 2 young boys, as I've said. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for tagging me, Hannah, in this video. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.